Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exceptional episode of Anything But Politics. And today, be ready.
I wasn't.
Oh my gosh. So it's going to feel a little weird because Christian and I have actually already recorded this episode. We are recording this intro after the bread and butter of the podcast has already occurred. It was the end first, and then now we're hitting you with that intro, so we already know what's to come.
Ooh,
it was great. Future, it was amazing.
It was really incredible.
So just prepare for that. It's going to be so great. After our ad read, we are welcoming, just as we said last week, the lovely SubRadio band. SubRadio, great guys. They fucking are hilarious.
They're so funny. Holy shit, they're so funny.
And the conversation just spoke volumes of just how laid back and conversational these guys are. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and hit up what we always do, which is a nice little week in recap. And I think a considerable amount has happened. Christian, I think we were speaking I think it was 2 days ago, and you said that not much has happened. Has that changed? Has anything happened in the last week that...
It has now, I guess, because this is, and we mentioned this later, this is coming out on Wednesday the 10th. And it is now 2 days post my engagement.
Woo! Yay. That's so dope. That is so dope.
Yeah, I again really hope this doesn't have to get cut out of the podcast, but I am engaged at the moment.
Nice.
At the moment that you're listening to this, so that has happened. But as far as the week prior to this recording, in the last week, I have not done much. My hand's starting to feel a lot better, so that's good. The saga of my broken wrist continues. It's not a broken wrist, but my fucked up wrist continues. And it's better now. Still a little swollen, but better. And then, I got the cover art done my sister got the cover art done for my upcoming single that'll be out in about a month. We talk about that a little bit later as well. So that got finished up. I'm very excited about that. Other than that, it hasn't been as eventful as your week. Jim, what have you done this week?
Golly. We talked about the fact that I hadn't been to the dentist in years last episode.
Yep.
I went to the dentist.
Woo! Dentist!
It was a good time. I went, they checked me out, I did an x-ray. I don't think I told you this. I don't think you've noticed. It's a very small change to notice when we're Snapchatting. But my earring is out. I think I might have told you this.
Yeah, you did tell me this. It's very sad.
To take the x-ray of my head so that they could look at my teeth up close and personal, I had to take my earring out. And then I kind of decided to go ahead and just let it be. I'll bring it back at some point. I'll definitely get my ear re-pierced. I might do a different piercing. I might do like a lobe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I went ahead and kept him out just because the place where I got is a helix. It takes like 4 to 6 months to heal. Mm-hmm. And that's if everything goes great. And it had only been 4 months. I got it done in November. So I think it was just barely not ready. And I definitely could have put it back in, but I just don't think it was worth it. But
no, that shit hurts.
I loved it, but it's going to be out for a while, and then I'll eventually get my ears re-pierced. So I went, got an x-ray done, sat down, they checked out my teeth. They said, cool. We're just going to take a couple out. And I was like, oh, oh dear God.
No.
So then and there, just same day I walked in, I hadn't been in the room for more than 10 minutes. They're like, yeah, we're ripping one of your teeth out today. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Oh, great. Thank you. So they did. One of my teeth was ripped right out of my mouth. And no one's home. And then I have an appointment in April to go back and get 2 more ripped out. So that is to say, and I did a whole Snapchat rant on this that Christian, you really liked.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Call haven't been to the dentist in a while? Call the dentist.
Do it. Get there.
Do it. What's the worst that could happen? I mean, you go and they're like, oh, you're good.
Yeah. As long as you go frequently, then the worst thing that can happen isn't really that bad. But if you hold off, the worst thing that can happen is really, really, really bad.
Once a year minimum. I walked in and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, worst case scenario. They're going to be like, oh, you need a root canal, which I know is not only expensive, but painful.
Extremely.
And I was wrong. It was one step beyond root canal, which is extraction, which luckily for me is definitely cheaper. But now I will be missing 3 of my teeth, which I don't quite mind. None of them are visible teeth. Like,
That's
those
good.
watching on YouTube, you can look at me. You would never know I had a tooth ripped out. You don't know which one it is because you can't see it. So, like, I don't care about my vanity either. Like, I don't care that I'll be needing a partial denture. Like I told Snapchat, the day I get it, I'll probably come on the podcast and be like, guys, look, I have a partial denture. And I'll pop
I cannot wait until, like, my teeth fall out. I'm so excited.
Because I said, one of the thing I felt most strongly about when making that Snapchat rant was the fact that it pisses me off that we need to take care of our teeth. They're just bones.
They're just, yeah, exactly.
And, like, I don't have to brush the rest of my bones. Like, I don't have to brush my femur because it's in my body, so my body takes care of it. My body takes care of that shit by itself.
Yeah.
The teeth, just because they're
teeth.
exposed doesn't mean, like, my mouth can't take care of it.
Nope.
Like, why can't the mouth just take care of your teeth for you?
Yeah.
Why do I gotta brush them?
Also, like, they didn't do it a long time. Like, go back in history. You don't see, cave drawings of people brushing their teeth. They just were like, when it falls out, man. That's just how teeth work. Like, that's all it was.
Yeah.
Why can't we go back to that? Just have yellow teeth and it's totally socially acceptable.
Because if you let them fall out naturally, there's going to be a lot of pain. If you just rip them... surprisingly, there was not a lot of pain. I'm going to go ahead and just go into the fact that this was the best dental experience I've ever had, as odd as that may sound, given the circumstances. I went to a new dentist, and...
a nude dentist?
A new dentist.
So a naked dentist?
A dentist I'd never been to before.
Because you don't like naked dentists?
They're the best kind. It really cuts the tension immediately.
I was nervous coming to the dentist, but then I saw your penis, and now I feel totally fine about it.
Now, there's a different air in the room, and it's a lot more relaxed. The comfort you've caused is immaculate.
A little bit of unwanted poking, but that's natural.
That's natural.
Just a little. Just he's cleaning out your teeth, and you feel some on your kneecap, But that happens.
So
it's the dentist. Calm down.
Let's be professional about it.
Okay, went to a new dentist.
I went to a brand new dentist I had never been to before. And it was one where, like, a bunch of university students practice.
Mm-hmm.
So they have, like, dental professionals and experts, and then they have, like, people who are just starting. And I feel like that's a huge plus. A lot of people would be scared being like, oh, this guy has, like, little to no experience. But when you consider the fact that a dentist who has been practicing for, like, 30 years... if they fuck up your mouth and you leave a bad review, what's going to happen? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you mean nothing to them because, like, they have years of experience. Pretty much nothing can cause their downfall at this point. If a student fucks up your mouth, they will never be a dentist and they will have years of education wasted.
Damn. They have a lot on the line.
They have so much more on the line just getting into it. If they get a bad reputation now, that means so much for their future that they're so much more careful. So it was fast. They were so kind. And it was, for a tooth getting ripped out of my mouth, it was painless.
Nice.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it was fine. And that happened. Did anything else happen in the last week? Oh my gosh, my starter. I just had to get my starter replaced January 1st of last year. It was 2020. It was January 1st. New year, new me. I was in a Books A Million parking lot, and my car wouldn't start. Ended up being the starter. I got a new battery because I thought it was the battery. Changed it in that parking lot. Car didn't start. I was like, shit, well, there goes that money.
Damn.
And that's over $100. Like, that's a hundo or two.
Oh, yeah, that's expensive. Batteries are expensive.
That's a couple hundo. But it ended up being the starter, which was another couple hundo, just to get it towed to the place for him to do the work, you know,
shitting away
mechanics,
the
labor
Hondos.
costs,
Yeah.
you know, shit like that. So what they ended up putting in the new starter. The car ran fine for a year and 3 months, and then the last day of February, Mimi and I get in the car and it won't start again. End up calling my dad. He comes over and he says it's the starter. Only thing is the people who put the old one in aren't there anymore. Luckily, my dad ran an auto shop. Like, that was his business. It was Jay's Auto and Truck Service in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So he was a mechanic. He knows what the hell to do. He was like, I'm just going to come over tomorrow, and while you're working, I'm going to fix your car. So because I didn't have to pay labor costs, because it was my dad and not a mechanic, I just have to pay for the part, which it was still $180, but like, I'm a lot better for a financial hit of $180 than I was last year in January.
Flex.
I'm just saying, like, I've had a year to prepare for, you know, shit like this, and now I have the receipt, and it's from somewhere that I know isn't going away anytime soon. The part is from, like, AutoZone or something, so it has, like, a lifetime.
Get in the zone!
AutoZone.
Nice, sorry.
I don't have any Pet Boys near me, and it upsets me.
Pet Boys.
Because I like those commercials.
Everything for less. I love the Pet Boys.
Me too. So,
the best. Did you hear they do everything for less?
That's what I've heard. It's the word around the block.
That's a little birdie told me that they do everything for less.
Everything.
They do everything for less. Trust me, you want to go to the Pet Boys.
Have you been to the nude Pet Boys?
The nude. Yeah, it's the new nude Pet Boys. They're down the street. They're fantastic, and they do everything for less. You ask them anything, and they'll do it for less.
They do everything in less. So, yeah, it's been an eventful week, to say the very, very least.
No kidding. You've seen a lot of naked people.
I've seen a lot of naked people. And speaking in the past tense, I know it hasn't happened yet for any of the people watching or listening. Man, that guest spot with SubRadio.
Incredible. So much fun. I'm really hoping they're not like, oh my God, that was the worst experience ever. What the fuck? Like, that is my insecurities coming out. And like halfway through, I was like, what if they're having a horrible time? And I got really, really nervous and stopped talking for like a good amount of time. And then I was like, you know what? If they're having a bad time, they're having a bad time. And that's just how it's going to be, you know?
So you could tell that they were comfortable due to the length at which they spoke. Like,
yes.
When we started a conversation, they didn't give their 2 cents and then shut up about it. They did what you should do in a conversation, especially when you're comfortable, which is just add to it and give more and not be afraid to throw a completely semi-unrelated opinion into it as long as it matches the tone, which allows for these natural shifts into other frames of conversation. So it allowed us to segue seamlessly from thing to thing, which I think our big three were songwriting, sandwiches, and elephants.
Elephants and ducks,
Ducks. Stampedes. That'll be the name of the episode, probably, which is songwriting, sandwiches, and stampedes.
Ooh, alliteration.
I love alliteration so fucking much.
It's the best. It's so satisfying to hear and look at.
We have to run the intro. Do you want to run the intro? Roll the tape?
Yeah, let's roll the tape.
Let's roll the tape. Hello, everybody. This is Jim and Christian.
And you're listening. Seth is going to hate us. Visceral hatred for us. Because I have like 4 videos that I have to post to YouTube. He's got to puzzle piece them together. We
have 4 videos. Why don't you have 2?
This is the bullshit I have to deal with.
No, it fucked up multiple times, remember?
Oh, did we clap every single time?
Ooh, I don't know if we did.
Alrighty, and we're back from that. Now, we're directly before the ad read. The ad read's coming very soon. Be careful for it. And it's really funny.
Watch out.
And I do think... no, I do think that when we come into talking to SubRadio, I do talk about the fact that the intro song just rolled, and that it's like the beginning of the episode, but I don't think we forgot about the ad read. I think I wanted the ad read to be where it's going to end up, which is right after this, and right before we get to them. But it's fine. With that being said, we did our weekend recap. We got the boys ahead of us.
We sure do.
Is there anything else we really need to say now? This is only here as a form of buffer so that it wasn't title song ad read.
Yeah. Let me think. Oh, hey. Do we also need to do YouTube content?
Sure.
All right. There's so many pieces to this. Dude, my head is so in shambles right now. I'm also so sweaty. Let's check the pits. You know what? It's bad. It's bad, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be, considering of how sweaty I thought I was during this whole experience. I don't know. I also don't want to give them a huge, like, you gotta wait 30 minutes to get to the SubRadio, because that's the best part of this episode.
Yeah.
So,
do you think there's like a special 10 minutes of our SubRadio conversation that we could cut for YouTube?
Yeah.
That's
let's
what
do
we'll
that.
do. That's what we'll do.
That's what we'll do. Perfect. Good shit. Yeah, they left no crumbs, man. They left 0 crumbs. It was a good. Y'all have something to look forward to. It's going to be really good.
And are you ready to bring them to it?
Let's just bring them into it.
Let's
Hope
just
you guys
bring them
enjoy
into
this.
it. So, folks, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to hit that ad read and just welcome SubRadio to the table and to the podcast. Gosh, this was great. I'm so excited for it. Get ready.
So great. Let's do it.
Let's go to the money corner. So, welcome back, everybody. We are very excited this week because if you listen to last week's episode, I surprised Christian and I didn't surprise Christian. I think when I originally emailed you guys, I said that I'd be surprising him with this and then quickly realized how bad of an idea that can turn out to be really quickly.
I would puke live on the podcast and it would not be a good time.
So I did tell him last week just to give him 7 days to prepare for this. And so last week's episode, we talked about the fact that I got in touch with SubRadio Band, one of Christian's favorite band. I'd bargain say his favorite band, and he introduced them to me, and their music's fantastic, and we have them all. We got every single one of them.
Every single one.
So how are you guys doing? How are you doing on this Tuesday?
Doing well.
Yeah, man, things are good.
We're just hanging out. We have a new song out. We're about to go live on Reddit tomorrow. I don't know when this is airing, but right now, tomorrow is Wednesday.
We're going on the 3rd then.
Yeah.
I think this episode will be coming out on the 10th.
So you just missed it, guys. You just missed it.
Just missed it, barely.
So close.
Maybe next time. I think, again, in the email communications, I kind of led on with the fact that this is not by any means a interview type situation. It's a comedy podcast, and we aim for it to be very conversational and loose. So we can absolutely talk about your new song, which just came out, which was absolutely excellent. But we're allowed to have. There's no structure and format to it, and there's no class to it whatsoever. So we are
not at all. Zero class.
We're allowed to get as far off the wall as you guys want to take it. So where do you want to start? Because we had a couple ideas. We have your new song, and then we also just in the emails got some glorious ideas between. I want to read what you had sent, which is that we talk about the songwriting process, which might be cool, and it is. And I think Christian and I were actually just discussing, talking about that soon. So that pretty lines up perfectly. And then we can also have a discussion on top tier sandwiches, which is always a great debate.
Ooh.
Yeah, I agree. So we've got some great conversation ready to be had. So before we get into the meat of that, I'd say as disorganized as we can make it, if we can introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, everybody at once.
Everybody just go.
I can go first. My name is Adam. I am the lead singer of SubRadio. And we can talk about things that are not music, but just know that we are music creating robots. We plug into the wall and then we unplug ourselves at the end of the day, and we don't do anything else. So there are no other interests or topics of conversation with this band. So
That's fine. We're good with that.
Yeah, we're fine with that.
Yeah.
I can go next. My name is
Go for
Matt. I am the guitarist in SubRadio. I send the emails about sandwiches. And I will hand it off to Mike next.
Yo, I am Mike. Oh, Am I muted? I'm not muted. I
You're
thought
not
I was
muted.
muted. Wow. I'm glad I didn't like clear my throat or cough or anything. I seriously thought I was muted. Anyway, my name's Mike. I'm the drummer. I'm really smart, obviously. And I like to hit circles with wood sticks. So
Nice.
it's a blast. Yeah. I will pass it off to Barry with the nice pink Kirby profile picture. Let's go, dude.
All right. I'm Barry. I play bass, and for my entire college career on my resume, I had sandwich artist. So I think that fits
No,
pretty
you
perfectly.
didn't.
Yes,
you?
I did.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep, and I got hired at places. So
Like Potbelly and Subway.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Sandwich artists legally only can work at Subway.
It was Potbelly. I hate to
Yeah,
inform you.
that ain't no Quiznos profession right there. Barry, you got to pass it off to somebody.
Yeah, who's next?
Oh,
I know
will
we
pass
got
it
more.
off to John.
Cool. Hey, I'm John. I play keyboards and guitar for the band, and I am also the 4th best dancer in the group.
Are you also using a real microphone? That quality is fantastic. That sounds really real.
It's a headset.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice.
Yeah, kind of cheap, but I guess better than nothing.
It sounds good. No offense to everybody
And
else, but... Go ahead,
No,
John.
please offend us. It makes for better.
It's true. Why we're here.
I will pass it off to Kyle.
Oh, hi, I'm Kyle, and I play guitar and sometimes keyboard for the band, and I once worked as a lighting designer at a venue without ever telling the owners that I was colorblind.
Ooh. Been there, experienced that. And does that complete the round?
I think that's everybody.
I think that's everybody.
Well,
Nice. Welcome.
Glad to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now we've had like a small handful of people. We've had my wife, Christian's girlfriend. We've had our YouTube editor Seth as a co-host, and then
Hey Jim, I think it's actually safe to say, because this does come out Wednesday, my fiance.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Breaking
Yeah.
news on the pod.
Look at
Does that mean it
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet?
Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm calling it right here. We've been dating for 5 years. We've made our decision. Like, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of money and things, and it will have happened 2 days prior to when this podcast is released, unless Jim decides to play a funny joke and post it
Well,
early.
good luck, and I hope that this part of the episode airs.
Doesn't get cut.
Yeah, right. Oh man. Anyway, yeah. So that's, and then we've had my roommate on, who was a fantastic guest as well. And I think that's at the risk of offending somebody else who was on the podcast and I've forgotten. I think that's everybody that we've had.
No,
on.
that was
Roommate's
just
a
about
singer,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that means that we outnumber all of your previous guests.
Yeah. Right.
That is true. The band alone has completely
Doubled it, right?
a majority of the guests we've had now.
Most of the show is SubRadio.
Our aggregate height is still shorter
true.
than all of them combined.
It's true.
At this
Wait,
point,
wait,
it is
what
your
was that?
podcast. You outnumber us.
Wait, what was that comment about height?
I said our aggregate height is still shorter than all of them.
Wait, how tall are you guys?
We're all
5'10" on a
5'1".
good day.
Oh, Barry, you ruined. Oh, jeez.
I said on a good day. I'm wearing like platform shoes.
People are obsessed with our heights on Reddit streams for some reason. I don't know why.
Interesting. Who's the shortest?
I am, and we're all. It's nice. I think we all are sort of separated by like 1.5 inches or 2 inches from person to person, and so we can sort of line up like a cell phone commercial. Nobody is the same height as anyone else.
That's so
true.
funny.
That's interesting.
So wait, how tall are you, Adam?
I'm 5'6" on my driver's license. I think that's
Hey.
accurate. It could be shorter.
Right there with you. 5'6".
There you go. That's tight.
And then Jim, how tall are you?
6'4" on my driver's license.
Giant freak.
But again, I think that's on a good day. I think I might be 6'3" and just lying to myself.
Are you also wearing platform shoes?
I'm barefoot right now.
Oh.
I used to I'll tell this quick little story. When I did theater growing up, because Yeah. Anyway, so whenever I
Didn't
would
we
get
all?
didn't we all? Whenever I would get a love interest role, they were like, "Could you wear platform shoes so you can match your your partner here?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. I can
You got
dance
the
in like
lifts.
3-inch." Yeah, I got the lifts, so I could be as tall as my female counterpart.
My fiance, because I am also I am already engaged.
Yeah, congrats.
Asked me the other night, just sort of out of the blue. She's scrolling on her phone, and she said, "Am I allowed to wear heels at the wedding?"
Oh, a conversation I've had as well. It's a tough one.
Yes, of course. You'd be looking right at my hairline, probably. But that's okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, I know this is supposed to be anything but politics, but if you want to talk about the discrimination and the oppression that short men face in this world, I'm happy to do that.
Short kings rise up.
Yes.
I'm blind to it. I need the education. I'm the one that needs to be told.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and server mute you, Jim, for this conversation.
Yeah, it's not
here.
it's not my job to educate you.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Go.
All right. Anyway, what were we talking about before we got onto that? I think we were talking about sandwiches.
It can only go up,
It was
can only go up
songwriting
from there.
Oh,
or standard
songwriting?
tier list. It was one of the two. The floor is open to anything. I swear. If anyone just yells a topic, we'll have words.
Yep, always.
Let's get the vegetables out of the way and talk about the new song, because the new song is out.
Yes, please.
and
Please.
It's called What You Want to Hear. We're really excited about it. We wrote it a long time ago, and have been sitting on it for years.
Interesting.
So we wrote it, I believe, in 2017, with like the new batch of songs that we put out then, and it didn't make the cut for then, and then it didn't make the cut for the next EP, and then it didn't make the cut for the next EP after that. It just kept being number 6 out of 5. And finally we got to like fall of last year, when all these Reddit streams started blowing up, and we realized that it was time to put a song out because there were people looking at us.
Yep.
And this was one that we liked and had been kicking around for a while, and then just made it sound a lot better. And
it's awesome.
and released it. And it thematically, I think it also makes sense for the time that it is released. It's a song about like the whole world being on fire and trying to take care of the people around you. And that has gotten progressively more the case in the last 3.5 years.
No kidding.
So yeah, it's out now on all streaming platforms under SubRadio.
And it's fantastic. That's one of my favorites of y'all's. It's really good.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Christian?
Sorry, I have one quick question.
Go ahead.
What brought on because I know you self-produced Eden, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
Are you moving towards that direction of self-producing, and is What You Want to Hear self-produced?
Yes. Believe it or not, and studies have shown that self-producing is way cheaper than paying somebody else.
Yeah.
There's one
for
weird
real.
trick.
Yeah. So like, as far as like the main reason, I would say like, our wallets is the main reason. So there are tons of producers that we love to work with. But yeah, you just got to look to the science and go with that. You know, it's just how we think. How we make decisions based
In
on
this
us being.
band, we believe in science.
and being poor. Don't forget about being poor.
Major factors.
And this is actually the first track. Not only did we, write the thing ourselves and record it and produce it ourselves, we Kyle mixed the whole damn thing.
Wow.
Which we did
Very
not
talented.
do. We did not do with Eden. That still went out to Andrew Maury, who produced the rest of the album and mixed the rest of the album. But this guy was entirely in house.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Congrats, guys. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Took a lot of work, and Kyle did a really good job.
I bet.
Absolutely, because
Jimmy, question? Yeah.
Being the only person in this call who's not made music, boy, do I like music, and I definitely listen to a whole lot. Listening to this song, I can't imagine that if it was, like put into a studio and produced by some other person, that it could sound any better than what it ended up being.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh man, thank you.
That is
awesome.
super cool to hear.
It's a huge compliment.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
full honesty, you guys. I cannot tell the difference between the two now that you have self-produced and the ones that are produced
Mm-hmm.
in the studio.
Wow.
Like I really can't tell the difference for real.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hope so.
it's always said that you are your harshest critic. So with that being said, can you all listen to this song and hear like, oh man, that's a dead giveaway that like we did this thing ourselves and like that's a huge mistake. Like, are you still picking apart? And I mean, the answer is of course, as an artist.
Yeah, I think Kyle could probably talk about that more than anybody. I think he critiques the final mixes maybe more than anybody else.
Oh man, there are things that I'm unhappy with before I even send it out to the other guys in the band and be like, "What do you think?" Like, it's always tricky. You're always trying to make something the absolute best it can be. But the difference is when you're paying ungodly amounts of money to other people, you can kind of just kick back by the pool and have a margarita, and then it pops up in your inbox, and you're like, "Whoa, this is great!" and like you're happy with it. Yeah, I'm tooling away with it and like just trying to work on it after you've heard it so many times is really tricky, and I think that's why this song worked out well for us, because we were able to not listen to it and not touch it for something like 2 years before we ended up redoing it.
Yeah.
So we had pretty fresh ears on what we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten a mix back and you're like, oh, this sucks? Like from somebody else, like have you ever gotten one back and you're like, oh, I wish they had done something differently?
We definitely have notes from time to time, but when we work with people, we usually work with them because we like what they've already done with other people.
Yeah.
And even in their own projects. So a lot of the time we every time we're looking at somebody because we like their taste.
Nice.
And vice versa. You know, people like to work with us and we like to work with them.
Yeah, and this kind of touches on the songwriting question a little bit in the process, but when we are recording a track that we intend to release, it's because it's like fully done. And so there's not a lot of opportunities, I think, when we've recorded in the past for us to be surprised by what a mix sounds like. Because we have typically at that point we've already demoed it entirely, either at Kyle's place or on somebody's computer. We've heard the whole song as we want it to sound already, basically.
Gotcha.
And the idea is just that we go and we make it sound a little bit better, like 5% better. And then that's the final. And so it's hard. It's been hard for us to be like really taken by surprise by a mix, which is kind of nice because we that situation doesn't happen that you just described, where like we get a mix back and we have to be like, oh, this is bad.
Right. Yeah. Well, and to add to that, it took us a long time to get to this point. Like we've been making music and recording music for a long, long time together. And certainly in the early days, we would work with somebody and be like, ugh, really?
Yeah.
Like after paying a bunch of money and then we get a mix back and we're like, oh, like what the heck happened? And that was before we really like took ownership over like doing it all ourselves. And really relying on other people for studio work. Yeah, it can be, I mean, I remember being super disappointed by some mixes that we got like in the early days. Like, really? Like this isn't really at all how we had envisioned. People that just don't understand the style or you got to be really careful with who you work with.
That informed a lot of our decision as far as like self-producing as well, I think.
Yeah, I bet.
Definitely getting better at it. Just you know what you want better than anyone else does, I think.
Always.
And that has really helped us, especially with some of the newer stuff that's coming out. I guess we could tell people because like it'll be announced at this point that we have another song coming out on March 24th.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Which is also self-produced, and then there will be more to follow. But, you know, I think working in the vein of like just letting ourselves do what we want, we can make certain decisions and backtrack on things that we wouldn't have been able to do, like if we were working on like previous EPs where we were like stuck in this like one room and focused on this one sound and this one EP sounding this one way, and using the same synth tones, and you get a very, very like polished product that way that, you know, is very cohesive, but sometimes it's not exactly what you want. Sometimes you want songs that have their own personality, and I think these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, however many we end up deciding to put out, like are like that so far.
Yeah.
Neat. That's really cool. It's a cool little window into y'all's process. That's awesome.
I rambled for a bit. apologies.
That's completely fine. Ramble as long as you want, for real. You're good.
Yeah, no apologies to be had. Hey, that's the point of a podcast is let's go ahead and listen to, let's pick people's brains apart. And
no crumbs.
Along
no
that
crumbs.
vein, this is definitely, if we're gonna, rather than circling back to it, I'd rather go ahead and hit it now because this is going to be the easiest segue. When you said in the email, like, hey, we could talk about the songwriting process, we definitely knew that was going to be a good topic of conversation just because, of course, Christian also makes music, which begs my question. Hey, Christian.
I try to make music. I try.
With that being said, do you have a better idea of when your song's coming out? Have you set a date yet?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So the cover art got done yesterday, and she sent it over, and I really, really like it. So it's going out for release. That was the last thing that needed to be done, so it's going out for release. I'm sending it out sometime this week, and it's going to be a mid to late March release. Maybe early. What's the next month that comes after? April. But yeah. But it just kind of depends on how long I want to market this thing.
Hey,
really
congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's the name of the single?
It's called Vocal Rest. I wrote it 2 years ago and been working on it for a long time. And like I'm still so early in my trying to learn production. I've only been producing for about a year. Yeah, no, it's no. But yeah, it's still early, so I'm still figuring a lot of stuff out. But I feel pretty good about this one. I feel really excited about it. So yeah, I'm pumped.
I can't wait.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, shoot it to us as soon as you
thank
can.
you. Yeah, will do.
Love to take a listen to it.
Same.
Absolutely.
Because
Thanks, guys. I
again,
appreciate that.
months ago, and I mean, watch me go ahead and pull up on my phone because Christian and I never text. We talk over Snapchat, so it's very rare that he texts me. Let me see here. It was December 1st. On December 1st, I have Vocal Rest, quote unquote, final dot MP3 that I got to listen to, and then on December 1st, I listened to it, and I was like, "This is the best and biggest thing he's ever made." And I was ready for it to come out, and you were like, "No, I'm gonna work on it more," and I was like, "We're gonna more."
Yeah.
I can't get into
right.
the mind of a music creator with having heard that. You sat down and you said, "No, I could do more with that." So I am incredibly pumped to listen to what it ended up being.
The weirdest part is like I've put another 2 months into it, and like, God, over 100 hours, and I don't even know. Like, I played it for someone else, and they were like, kind of sounds like the other one. I was like, that's always nice to hear. Yeah, I it's very minimal details changing, but I don't know. I guess
I think there's an argument to be made that changes that only you, the creator of the song, can hear are still important because you're going to have to hear it a lot.
Yep.
And if it annoys you every time you hear it, then it's not worth putting out.
I agree.
True.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's absolutely fair.
I mean, we've gotten it like from these bigger producers that we've worked with who've like produced just tons and tons of stuff, and they're super pro and super cool, and like we've gotten stuff back from them where they're like, yeah, I've just spent a lot of time with it and I have no idea what else to do with it, but I want to do something with it, but I still don't know what to do with it. It's like, oh, okay, so we get it.
Yeah,
everyone has those moments where they're like, should I change it more? Is it done? Like, it's so hard to know. Oh, Kyle, you took Ojo's class. What did Ojo say? You abandon songs, you don't finish them.
Yeah, art is never finished. It's simply left alone.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
That's fair. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I think we, kind of tackled either last week or the week before on the podcast the idea of the fact that if you kept holding on to that song until you were truly satisfied with it, it would never be released.
Nope, never. Literally never. Because even when I was like, okay, this is done, I played it back and I was like, oh, but I could do this. And then I was finally like, if I keep saying that, it's just never going to get done. So I'm just going to have to deal with it and, hope that I could. Because also, like, I was halfway through and then I'm watching millions of YouTube tutorials, and they're like, be sure not to do this when you start producing a song. And I was like, oh, cool, I did that, but I did that like 2 months ago, and now I can't do anything about it. So it's either completely start over or just kind of be okay with what it is. And I've learned to be okay with what it is, so which I think is important.
And that's more knowledge going forward.
At the end of the day, if it sounds good and you like it, that's all that matters.
That's right. Yeah, and I do like it. I think it's my favorite song that I've done to date. So, but anyway, enough about my music. You guys. So do we want to talk about? Actually, let me ask one question. Then I kind of want to talk about sandwiches. So what?
Let's not beat around the bush any longer.
Let's get to the meat of the
matter.
What exactly? Was there any type of change in regards to like super early on? First off, wait, when did you guys start making music?
We started like writing music and playing together. Most of us, not Kyle, because he joined a little bit later. But most of us started playing together in high school, which for us would be about 10 years ago now.
Wow.
So we've been together for longer than 10. Oh God, Adam.
Oh, I know.
So apparently, so over a decade of making music together and writing and performing. And our guitarist left, and SubRadio didn't officially start though. We were playing like under different names. SubRadio didn't officially start till like 2016. And then our good friend and guitarist Mike Chinnan decided to pursue other opportunities in 2019, I think. Yes. And
I think so.
And Kyle joined and then immediately had to go on a 2-month-long tour.
Yes.
Yep.
So then what's changed between like your first like studio album and the stuff you're putting out now? Like what direction did you guys want? Because obviously, you know, like disco sounds completely different than say Caroline.
Right.
So what exactly changed? What pushed you guys in that direction of doing that type of music? Even though it's similar.
Same Train is a funny album. The first thing that we put out in 2016, because it was kind of just a compilation of stuff that we had been working on for years. And some of it was like brand new. We had written it like a month before the album came out and just like slapped it together. And some of it had literally been stuff that we've been playing live for 4 years.
Wow.
And it was kind of just like, this is the stuff that's ready and we're going to record it and release it. There's a lot of like artifacts in there of like the sound that we kind of used to have.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's the last thing we ever released that has an acoustic guitar on it, as far as I know.
We had a bad habit of just releasing everything.
I'm glad you said
but no one understands why.
No one gets it.
What?
But we had a bad habit of releasing everything that we had ready. And so we would just, and if you're like, for anyone who's listening who writes songs, if you're putting out an EP, like try and write more than what you're going to release. Cause like you'll probably write better songs that way is I guess the way I'd put it now after putting out a bunch of music. Even though I say
make
that
a decision instead.
I say that as we're about to like release the 4 songs that we have. But like, I agree with what Adam just said. Like, if you have the time, like, give yourself the time. It will pay off. Like, the songs will be better. But as far as like what made that change, I think it was just like us developing into actually having some form of a sound. Because like before it was so random. And then we heard this band called like Small Pools putting out these really amazing songs. We love the record Love Tap. We love Talking Is Hard. We love the Anna Sun record. All that stuff, like when I was first working on like some of the original guitar parts, was super influenced by all of that kind of stuff for like the Head First EP, for Dog Ears, for Thoughts, Lights, Color, Sounds. All of that is still heavily influenced on me. So that sound, that indie pop kind of super fun, energetic. I was all about that, and I think all of us kind of were to some degree at that point in time when we started shifting towards what I would consider more of our like concerted efforts, which would be like Head First, Dog Ears, Thoughts, Lights, Color, Sounds, and the new music. We put a lot more time and effort into like making those sound a certain way.
Neat. You guys have toured with Small Pools, didn't you? Am I wrong?
We played a show with them.
You played a show with them. Okay.
And Mike has produced one of our songs. Cool.
No way.
Yeah, that was a crazy experience for me. That's literally like a dream come true for me personally. They're like literally one of my top like 2 or 3 favorite bands. So I was just like, I was just blown away. He's such a cool guy too.
Yeah, that was wild. Just like went down to his house in Nashville and cranked the song out in 48 hours. It's funny talking about like production and getting mixes back, and like that was actually one where we changed like substantial parts of the song because Mike had really good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first time we heard the mix of Cool, it was like a totally different song than the one we had written. So that was like one of the only times that I can think of with our like recent music that we've actually gotten a mix back that we weren't expecting.
I was super blown away with that one because I left after the first day because I had to get back home. So I wasn't there for the second day of recording. So we got it back, and I was like, "When did all this happen?" Like not knowing anything from it. It was cool. No pun.
It was cool.
Neat.
Pun.
Cool. Here, one second, Jim. We have to pause because I still have too much. Where is all this space coming from? I have to manage my space again, even though I deleted most of my stuff. I don't know where.
Go to your recently deleted and actually delete them.
You know what? That would be such a great idea.
You're still on your phone, Christian.
Yeah, shut up. I'm so stupid. I really am so technological. I'm my actual grandmother. I don't understand technology at all. There we go. Delete.
I just started noticing recently that when you make TikToks in the app, it saves all the videos to your phone.
And you can disable that.
Can you disable that?
Yeah, right before you post, where the same place where you write your caption, the same place you can turn duets and comments off. It says save to device, and you can just turn that off.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, man. That's
hey, there's your little tip, fella. That's my 2 cents on the conversation as the only like non-music writer here. I can tell you how to not save TikToks to your phone.
Help us with our viral marketing campaign / storage space on our phones.
Hey, the reason I knew the fix to your problem, Christian, is that I was extremely guilty of that. I'd go on a purge of my camera roll just to learn that I still didn't have any space, and I just sit there with my phone like, what the hell? It's all in my recently deleted. I have like 200 things in my recently deleted. So the only reason I know is because I've been there and I've made that mistake. So
I'm glad you did because that would have been rough. Okay, I'm good now. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry to break the momentum. Okay.
Do you have to start a new video?
Yes.
Do you want to clap?
Yeah, let's do that.
Time and date, buddy.
Wow, 2 claps in one day.
Nice.
I feel privileged.
You want to do?
Tell me when you've got it up.
Oh, just kidding. 6:53:05.
Yep.
Let's do it. Cool. Magical.
Gorgeous.
All right, back to it. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, all good.
But you know what? I think that's actually a great. Unless you had anything else to say, I say we talk about sandwiches, right?
Yeah, we're absolutely.
Unless you had anything else.
We are down to talk about sandwiches.
Let's talk
every
sandwiches.
day of the week.
Okay, why do you guys like sandwiches so much? Let's start out there.
Oh man, can I speak on this?
Always.
There, you got it.
Please take the floor.
Blessed. Okay, so the reason that sandwiches are incredible is that there is so much you can do with a sandwich. You can have an open face sandwich. You can have anything on it. It's like pizza, but better.
How dare you say pizza but better to to someone who is actually in the pizza business? You could have said any other food item.
Literally, Mr. Domino is on this call, and you dare.
Too late. I got
Domino is here right now.
Can't help it.
No, but I agree with you. It is like pizza but better.
Pizza's an open face sandwich. But
exactly.
the terminology of sandwiches is not the conversation that we should have because it's been driven into the ground. But sandwiches are the most versatile food, which is why they're great.
That's true.
The conversation should be which sandwich reigns supreme. on all of the sandwiches.
Yeah, we had a big thing about this on during tour on our last big tour. We all had candidates, and we made like a
we made a
draft list.
Yeah, we did a sandwich draft.
Yeah, and then we fought each other. No, we didn't. But
this is how the band
we made
falls
a Twitter
apart.
poll, which is essentially the same thing.
Does anyone remember sort of what shook out to the top of their list? I don't know that I do, but I know it would be there now.
Ice cream sandwich for sure was at the top.
Yeah.
Almost everyone voted for, I think it was Mike's list because it had the ice cream sandwich in it.
Yeah, mine had the ice cream sandwich. That
was
was my
genius
Tom
inclusion.
Brady.
Wait, I thought I came
Cheater.
on top of that one.
Sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Did you have the ice cream sandwich, Barry?
No, I didn't have the ice cream sandwich, but I had the breakfast sandwich. I think I had a Reuben.
Oof. Reuben
Yeah.
grilled
Well,
cheese.
I know we went in order, so if you picked one, no one else could pick that one.
Yeah.
So everyone put in their first, then their second, then their third, then their, you know what I mean?
Did anybody have
Go
hot
all the way
dog?
down. I don't know if anyone put hot dog. I think we ruled that hot dog was not available because of controversy.
That's
No,
fair.
a hot dog
That's
is
fair.
a taco.
We didn't
Hot dog is a taco. That's what I'm saying.
This is why.
soft shell
Oh
taco.
my god.
No, it's not.
And I always,
We're not going to get into this on this podcast right now. No, it's not.
Yes,
Please do. This is what we do.
Adam specifically said we can't.
that's the energy of this podcast. Is just the debate over whether or not. I agree. I'm saying soft shell taco, and I'm dying on this hill.
It's wrong.
Why
It's
is that
really
the
wrong.
hill? No, dude. Why is that? If of all the hills you could die on, why is that the hill?
Oh, I die on plenty of hills, but
This is one of them.
I'll stake
You only
my
get to
flag
die
on the
once,
soft shell
dude. You
taco.
only get one hill.
my
Mike, you
body
can't
is
prove that.
scattered all over the hills.
I'll bury my flag in this wiener.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
I can't say this is where I expected the conversation to go, but I'm not complaining at all. This is great.
I expected nothing less.
A lot of the
I
top,
don't consider-
as the resident vegetarian in the band, a lot of the top tier sandwiches, no meat in them. You got your breakfast sandwich, you got your ice cream sandwich, you got fancy grilled cheese, which is maybe the toppest tier of sandwich.
What are we defining as what's in a breakfast sandwich?
I was gonna say you just excluded bacon and sausage. Hold on a second.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm talking about a breakfast sandwich,
I think you can accomplish a top tier breakfast sandwich with just eggs, cheese, avocado, maybe a little mayonnaise. Mwah.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce, a little sriracha.
Yeah, I don't know, Adam. Should we be taking any of your suggestions that include mayonnaise after what has been done?
Is there a mayonnaise story that we need to hear?
Do you want to explain your?
I'm
your secret
begging for
recipe?
explanation.
Not as
Wait,
bad as you think, I promise.
Maybe I'm forgetting the mayonnaise controversy. I know about the depression tuna melt, which is another.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, there's no mayonnaise involved. That's the worst part of it.
Wait,
Oh, no,
what?
no.
There's
Oh, no.
mayonnaise in that?
I'm talking about your macaroni salad.
Oh yeah.
There was one time. This was pretty recently, which is why it's terrible because I'm an adult and I buy my own groceries. But we had made some pasta dish and there was leftover cooked pasta, just elbow macaroni, in a Tupperware in the fridge that we hadn't used. So it was just cooked pasta by itself. And I was very hungry one evening. There may have been some substances involved. You can cut that line if you want. But I was digging around in the fridge for a snack, and I saw the pasta, and I thought, what could go with that? A little mayonnaise, a little pasta salad. And so what I did is I just stirred some mayonnaise into cooked pasta and then ate that with a fork.
Every time you say it, every time it gets worse.
I can't say it's the worst meal I could imagine under the circumstances. I feel like there are definitely worse things you could have grabbed out of the fridge to add to the cooked pasta.
Yeah, it could have been
Mayonnaise.
ketchup. That
It
would
could
have
have
been
been a
worse.
much sadder story.
You were close to macaroni salad. You just needed eggs and a few other things.
Yeah, maybe some seasoning.
You need
Maybe
the rest of the
any
ingredients.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question for everybody. everyone always talks about, like, what's your favorite sandwich? What's your favorite this? What's your least ranked sandwich? Like, what's the most overrated sandwich?
Ooh. Overrated sandwich.
I do think the club sandwich that's just like all the deli meats and like 3 slices of bread is like not great.
The fucking unwich, dude, sucks.
Dude, the unwich sucks so much.
The what now?
The what is it?
It's from Jimmy John's. God, that freaking
Gotta go
sandwich,
fast.
dude.
What is it? It doesn't sound good.
It's a sandwich, but it doesn't have bread. It's a lettuce wrap, but you put all the regular stuff in it. So, like, it's for people that don't eat bread. I try to stay away from bread. My stomach gets upset if like I eat a lot of bread stuff or pasta or whatnot. So I don't eat it very much. But I had a period where I didn't eat any, like 0, and I was kind of disappointed because we're talking about sandwiches. I do love sandwiches, and so we used to go to Jimmy John's a lot,
all the time,
dude.
Yeah,
and
Harrisonburg, that was it. It was like you guys were in Harrisonburg. It was like unwich time.
Like everybody would order Jimmy Jangle sandwiches, and I would have to get the stupid unwich, dude, and it fell apart every single time you eat it. And it just sucks. The mayonnaise goes everywhere. It doesn't get soaked up by the bread because there's no bread. It's just a bunch of lettuce.
Burrito. It's a lettuce burrito.
But it's in lettuce, dude. So it's so much worse than a burrito.
The leaves were huge, too. Like, they were gigantic.
Yeah, they were absolutely massive. They tried to cram the entire restaurant's worth of meat, like, into your lettuce wrap, which doesn't work. And, they're just, they're 2 out of 10.
So you say it's overrated, but is it like, do people actually like this thing?
I mean, they still sell it. So
how long it's been there.
Enough people are buying it, I suppose.
Yeah. It sounds awful. It really sounds terrible.
It's probably good if you get something else, but I really like Italian subs, so I would like just try to cram an Italian sub into one of these things, and it never worked. Absolutely never worked.
Oil and vinegar.
Don't ever get
everywhere.
hot peppers with it too, because you get all the hot pepper juice all over your hands, and then you touch your eye, and it's like, ugh, game over.
It's fine if what
so
you
much
get with
disdain.
it is just pieces of bread for the contents of it to fall into as you eat, so that when you're done, you can have a real sandwich.
Oh my god, I can't even think of a sandwich that I don't.
Yeah, it's hard for me to like dunk on a sandwich, but what I mean, like it's far easier for me to. I think we again just a week or two ago we're discussing like our hierarchy of sandwich shops.
Oh, we were talking about that, yeah.
I hear a love for Jimmy John's. Is that right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Jimmy John's is great. They're limited because they don't heat anything up, but they are great.
Yes. Do y'all have a bottom? Do y'all have like a least favorite sandwich shop?
Subway.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way it's not Subway.
So bad.
Subway's the worst.
Wait, but was there not a time?
Distinctive smell.
Yeah, it's true.
Was there not a time that Subway was okay? Does anybody else remember the time where Subway was like bearable? Wasn't great, but it was bearable.
Well, I had it like every day in college. I had those shitty like buffalo chicken sandwiches from Subway like all the time.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to Subway often and being like, "This is fine." And recently, I went back and I almost threw up. It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
I just don't know what happened.
Huge drop in quality.
Yeah.
And the sandwich artist like Barry left and it went downhill.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
No longer their lead chef.
Chef.
Quality just went real down after that.
Yeah, back in the 70s, they had sandwich artisans, and then they downgraded to artists.
I do like this sandwich hate train. Like, I'm curious what other things people have. I'm gonna go ahead and say there's a couple for me. Anything with mustard seeds. So like Barry, I'm sorry, but the Reuben just like can't be top tier.
What? No, I'm with you, Barry. I'm with you. Reuben slap.
Dude,
I love
Reubens are
Reubens.
so good.
They're
But
so
mustard
good.
seeds are so bad.
No, they are so
So
good.
bad.
Cubano,
No,
so
that's
good.
They are
one
literally
ingredient.
so bad.
One ingredient
Yeah.
can ruin a whole sandwich. Because
It
I was
can,
just thinking,
and
like,
that's it. Any Reuben that doesn't have mustard seeds is really good, but any Reuben that has it is just like, ugh, why do you put that in there, dude?
No,
like one of my top tiers. It's kind of specific, but it's like a bagel sandwich with some cream cheese and some like smoked salmon, like a
Oh,
breakfast.
that's super good, yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody puts goddamn capers in those things. They're some of the worst food ever invented.
Capers are interesting.
I am also going to go out on a limb here and say BLTs are always disappointing.
What? Oh,
What?
no,
Oh,
you
man.
can't do that to me
They're
right now.
tiny.
You just got to put more
absolutely
B
tiny.
in there, man.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
it needs
saying.
more B,
Nobody
always.
puts enough B in the
Yeah,
BLT.
I agree.
I'm with you on
Mike.
that.
There's enough BLTs are like, I mean, like, I'd still, obviously, if somebody put a BLT in front of me, I'm still going to eat that. It's going to be
Of
great.
course.
But it's just
Yeah.
not
They're good,
ever
but
what I
they're
want.
always just like they're like at least 15% disappointing, like every time.
I agree.
I'm gonna yes. If bought from a place, like if I go to like Sonic Drive-In, I get a BLT. It's just gonna be sad. It's gonna be a sad time. I have to be sad.
I'm curious.
But-
What I'm curious here about John and Kyle's bottom tier sandwiches. I feel like they've been quiet on the
They have
subject
been
of
quiet.
bottom tier
Let
sandwiches.
me hear it.
Kyle.
I could probably drag a sandwich through the mud and include like sandwich location with it. I have
Let's
an
hear it.
opinion that if you go out to a place and spend money, as in you didn't make it with cold cuts in your fridge at 2 a.m., you have no reason to order like turkey and cheese, you dumbass. Just like, what are you doing? Like a cold sandwich that it's like one meat and it's the worst meat. And then you do it from Subway. Like, what are you doing? Like, I see people do that all the time. They read the menu. There's 15 options, and they're just like boring turkey. Like, just no. And white bread. No. Like, stop it. Stop it.
That's the I couldn't afford school lunch today sandwich.
But they're buying it. Like, that's the problem. It's the lowest effort food, and they just spent like $8 on it.
All right, John, what about you?
Yeah, I have no idea how controversial this is, so if I'm like about to get voted off as imposter, I'm sorry. But I think the meatball sub is extremely overrated.
Agreed. Agreed, a million percent.
So it's tasty, especially when you put cheese on it, but the ratio of what you're paying for versus what you actually get, I feel like is just not there.
Yeah.
I think it's especially
Couldn't agree
fucked
more.
up when they put ridiculously sized meatballs in there,
Yep.
and you just don't know what to do. 'cause
Can't
you
eat
try
that in
and-
one bite.
Barely
What do you
fits in
do?
your
It's gonna
mouth.
fall out.
That's the best part. Like a Santini's meatball sub is like one of the best.
Those are reasonable sized meatballs, sir. I'm talking much larger than that.
Yeah, it really does depend where you go. Every sandwich shop excels at something, and yeah, a lot of these popular places fuck up a meatball really
You get a
good.
foot-long sub with 3 meatballs in it. They're all the size
Right,
of
that's
a
what I'm
baseball.
talking about. Yeah, I feel like places in New York do that shit. It's just like, why did you
Holy
think that
shit.
was appropriate?
Yeah.
What? You can't fit your entire fist in your mouth? Like what?
I've gotten to a point where I don't trust a
Turn on your
meatball sub.
camera,
If it's ever on the if it's ever on the menu, a meatball sub, I'm like, I don't know if I can, and it's a new place and I haven't had it before. I'm like, I don't know if I can trust it because I'm afraid I'm going to spend the money and then be super, super disappointed. So I'm with you on this.
Yeah. They either rock or they just don't.
Yeah,
I
and
agree
you need
with
to know
that,
what you're getting
100%.
into
And there's no
before
in
you pay.
between.
Yes, Barry, that's right.
Where are we on like fluffernutters?
Oh, a million,
Yes,
a million
Die
percent.
Hard.
Brilliant,
Yes.
Nah.
perfect
Oh
invention.
yeah, those are great.
Yeah. I like them, but
Add-
I've met a
add
lot of
some-
people who really don't.
Add some banana. Mwah.
Interesting.
That's
Not a
like
banana. Wow, spicy.
that's
I'm
in
a
my
big
top
marshmallow
5.
guy.
Top 5 sandwiches from Jim.
Really?
Fluffernutter's gonna hit it.
Wow, I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Top
You know
5.
what's funny is like at other parts of the world, like in Europe, when they have like the American aisle in the grocery store, like they always have the marshmallow fluff there.
Yeah, they do.
I've had it like twice in my life, but it's apparently like a stereotypically American food.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it makes
'cause
sense,
don't,
it's
like,
basically just
ever
sugar.
eat it. Yeah, that is true. I guess people overseas just assume that we just literally just have spoonfuls of sugar in
We
our
just
bowls
pile
for
sugar
breakfast.
in our
What
mouth.
it
It's
is.
kind of true.
Yeah.
Jar, which is funny because that's how they eat Nutella, which is correct, but just saying.
I think when we did the Twitter poll on like sandwiches and had our head to head, there was both the Fluffernutter and the peanut butter jelly, and they did not get a lot of love because they're not versatile. Like, you have to be in the mood. You can't just have one at any moment.
I guess that's fair.
I do love the humble PB&J. If you have
Me too.
like
Big fan.
good,
Big
good
fan.
bread, good jelly. Ooh.
Yeah, gotta
Adam
be
Bradley. Adam Bradley, I do have to tell you now. Every single time I have a PB&J, I call it a humble PB&J.
Is that a thick
Because of the Twitter poll. That's what you called it in the Twitter poll, and I was like, that is so correct, and I don't know why.
It's PB&J, Return of the King.
Crunchy peanut butter or non-crunchy? The answer is crunchy, and I just want to hear everybody else say it.
That's true.
Second.
Uh-oh.
We're
There-
crunchy, man. Creamy peanut butter for a PB&J. Crunchy for all other uses.
No,
That is incorrect.
Crunchy.
What's the other use?
Yeah, what other uses?
What are you doing with
Toast?
peanut
Peanut butter toast?
You ever just
No,
have some
that's
peanut
the
butter toast
driest
in
thing
the
I've
morning?
ever heard.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great
Crunchy
point.
peanut butter on toast is the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I agree with that. But on
That
a, but
makes
on a
sense.
PB&J, it's gotta be
Slices on
smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you ever just dip a whole stalk of celery in your peanut butter jar?
Ooh.
Or like a
That's
Mars bar?
different. That's
My
different
fist.
because
Mars
celery
bar,
is a
wow.
very wet food. It's like 99% water, so that's okay. That's ants on a log. You put peanut butter in it, and then you put raisins on it, and you got ants on a log.
Love ants on a
in
log. The only
classic
good use for
white person
raisins.
fashion, you ruin a good thing by putting raisins on it.
Stop! No, it's so
raisins are
good.
great. I love raisins.
I love raisins.
No, Matt, no.
Raisins are
Raisins
bad.
are, someone took grapes and ruined them. It's fine.
Raisins are good right out of the sun-made container, but not on other things.
I agree. I disagree with you on that. I think raisins are great on a nice little ants on a log. I love those. I haven't had one in a long time because I'm 21, but they are really, really good.
Man, I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of people that put like put raisins in like chicken salad. Are you those people? Do you do that? Please tell me you
what?
don't.
I'm not a fan of that.
No,
Like the
no,
Waldorf
that's-
chicken salad
But
or whatever it's called.
I just think
That's wrong.
there shouldn't be that much fruit in salad in general. There are some
Unless it's a
exceptions.
fruit salad.
No,
If
that's
you're the
true.
Wiggles.
Yeah, if
Sure.
you're the Wiggles, you're good.
Don't put ill words on my men like that.
Your salad's got to be all fruit or no fruit. I don't think there's a lot of in between.
We could put tomatoes in fruit salad.
Tomatoes, yep.
Don't
Same thing,
start with
Kyle.
the tomato.
What do you mean don't start with the tomatoes? What do you mean?
The tomatoes being a fruit.
They're a
We
fruit!
know-
Tomatoes
we
are
know
carbohydrates.
they're a fruit, but don't with that.
Yo, cucumbers are fruits too.
It's a John Mulaney bit. It's the kid at the slumber party. It's technically tomorrow now. Get out of here. We know tomatoes are a fruit.
Love John Mulaney.
Oh gosh, he's brilliant.
How could you not? He's fantastic.
A happy note, he just got out of rehab, so yay, John.
Hey, yay, John
Mulaney.
We were very
That's so
concerned.
exciting.
Yay! I'm happy to hear. I wanted to bring my wife into this for a
Very happy
second.
to hear
Mimi, just because she's from England, just moved here like 2 years ago. Don't worry about it.
2
Anywho,
years ago, really?
was there anything in the American food aisle other than candy? Was there a genuine food? It was
Damn.
Pop-Tarts. What else was it? Hit me
Pop-Tarts are
with
candy.
this. Jolly Ranchers,
Twizzlers,
Twizzlers,
and like Hershey's.
Hershey's.
That's all I can really
They hate Hershey's chocolate.
Well, that's because Cadbury is just better. It's just
Absolutely.
Yeah,
a
100%.
million times better.
100%.
We're giving
I'd
Cadbury.
agree with that.
That's what we're doing right now.
good.
We're giving Cadbury love.
Yeah, I think we can
Respect
all
on their
agree.
name.
My fiance just got a little like box of like British snacks, and one of the things in there was these like chocolate bars. I don't remember what they're called. We did a little side by side of like those and like a Reese's cup, just to see like American candy versus not American candy. And it's not that the American candy's bad. It's just that it's like 5 times as much sugar.
Yeah,
And
they
you gotta
really
be
rely
in the
heavily
mood.
on the sugar.
Gosh, I want to just send you a few of these things because when I asked my wife because she is English. I want to send you a few of these things. Go ahead and look in the chat. Oh dear God, these are some glorious things I had while over there. That's a curly whirly. Is that caramel?
What?
Oh, curly whirlies are so good.
I've never seen this. This looks so good.
You guys should probably know Matt is also British.
Yes.
No way.
I'm a British citizen. I'm not like I wasn't born there or anything, but I've spent a lot of time there because I still have family there. So I am very much about like the English candy over the American candy. Now I spent a lot of time as a kid there, so that's probably also part of the reason. But my God, what I would give to ingest a Curly Whirly at this moment. Is that a crunchy?
That's a Whisper.
That's a Whisper. Okay. Yeah, crunchies would be more like brown on the inside.
Is that what they were called? The ones with the honeycomb?
No, it's a crunchy.
Yeah. Is that with a Y? Yeah, that one I couldn't like. I also don't. I pray this is not controversial, but I don't like Butterfingers either.
What?
Dude,
Too
I'm with you.
crunchy.
What?
Too crunchy.
Those suck. I'm with you. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, those are bad.
I like Butterfingers, but
I
I also
love
like
them.
crunchies. Yeah.
So here's my thing with Butterfingers.
People can be wrong sometimes. It's okay.
with Butterfingers, you could just have a Heath bar instead. Like you don't have to.
Okay,
have
Heath bars are
or you can
a lot
just
better.
not
Yeah, I
have
agree.
either. You can just not eat it. Like it's fine.
Holy shit.
What is the last one I wanted to send? This one, it's called Flake, but it's called a mess, is what it is.
You
take one bite.
Nope, that looks awful.
Flakes are super good.
So
yeah.
Take one
Those
bite out of a
rock.
flake and your floor is ruined. Don't eat it on carpet.
You gotta
That's
put
true.
it in vanilla ice cream. That's how you eat it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love
you get it in
Matt
vanilla
knows.
ice cream and stick it
Yeah.
in on top. You can get it in England. They serve them that way.
Yeah, with the soft serve. Yeah,
Yep.
they are the best.
Oh, it's the fucking best combination ever.
Yeah.
I love that the advertising image for this is like fucking messy as hell.
Yeah, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Matt, how have we never vibed on this? I've freaking loved soft serve vanilla ice cream with flakes in London. It's
we're
like
gonna have
the
to do
best
it,
thing
man.
in the universe.
When we go over there eventually, whenever that is.
Yeah, dude.
That'll be because you lived there for a while.
Yeah, a few years. Yeah.
What are these? I want to hear context.
This is great. What's going on?
Oh, the first one is my take on Italian berry. And it's berry face swapped onto me.
No.
And then the second one, I don't know what that is.
That's just Barry with a mustache.
Oh, God. There's so many more that we could
dear God.
Unfortunately dive into, but I don't think this call would ever end. Just
Oh, shit. How long have we been going? What?
I have just over an hour.
Get out of here. Wow.
Yeah, I have an hour and a minute. So let's see here. I think with that we can open up one final can of worms, and I think that'll lead us into where we end up.
And I know what this can of worms is. Go ahead, Jim.
Don't pretend I had something planned. I'm lost.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say.
I don't know.
Take it away, brother.
No, I don't know what you're gonna say because I've thought that I knew what you were gonna say like 10 times on this podcast, and I'm literally always wrong. So
when have
go
you
ahead.
ever guessed right?
I've never guessed right, not once. So go ahead. Maybe this will be the time.
So, I had absolutely nothing planned for where I was headed with that. There is this. You know what? There is this. We can open up our last can of worms, and what will lead us into oblivion is a screenshot that I had taken because recently you all did a Reddit AMA.
Mm-hmm.
And AMAs are also are always really fun just because you get a lot of interesting questions and a lot of interesting answers from some really interesting people. But because there are so many questions, you can't always answer to the best of your ability and with all the description that you would hope. I want a breakdown of this answer. I got a question. This is for all of you. Would you rather be stampeded by 20 duck-sized elephants or 2 elephant-sized ducks?
I knew it was going to be this one.
To which you all replied.
Because you're so wrong.
2
elephant-sized ducks for sure.
Obviously,
for sure,
dude. Yeah,
what?
For sure.
No way.
I want to break down.
I was
the
not
logic
consulted here, so I'm gonna just mute.
Yeah, to be clear, this is
Also,
Michael's
it's not.
answer, so Mike, take it away.
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's
mute myself for this one.
It's because, first of all, ducks are birds. They have hollow bones. And also, duck feet are malleable. They are not hard like elephant feet are. And so if you get trampled by it, there's going to be some give. Even if it's elephant-sized, there's going to be some give when it steps on you. So the impact on your body, the pressure, is going to be much less than if you reverse it.
Counterpoint, the webbed feet are the size and weight of your couch.
But they still move.
Okay, so here's my thing. If it's like an elephant-sized duck, that means the duck is like, how much do elephants weigh? Like what? Like a ton, 2 tons?
It's not weight, it's volume.
Yeah, I think it's
Size.
like approximate height and width.
Yeah. So if you scale it up, it's not going to be that heavy.
That's my thing is just, I'm imagining a duck-sized elephant, which is probably just like the fucking house cat.
You can kick it. Don't kick animals, but like
elephants can weigh at the small end 6,000 pounds, at the upper end 13,000.
Yeah. Okay. So what? Like 6 tons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm like,
I think you're not going to get that
so
injured.
Easily.
I think you're not going to get that injured either way. But I think
it takes.
Oh, my bottom line is that I would get absolutely fucked up either way. Yeah.
How much are we assuming that a duck-sized elephant weighs?
I'm gonna do the math. And I'm gonna get back to you guys on it.
Nice. Yes. I'm gonna guess like 60 pounds, 80 pounds. How big are ducks? Ducks are pretty small.
Well, apparently their bones are.
How many of them?
This isn't
20.
20
That's
of them.
a lot. That's a lot.
This.
Yeah,
so
but
this isn't going to scale
you can dodge
correctly
them
because of mass and whatnot.
You could probably jump over them.
Ducks are like between 1.6 to 3.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Damn, that is
sounds like they're gonna be.
So even if you scaled it up, like maybe 100 pounds if they're the size of ducks, elephants.
Maybe
less.
100 pounds.
How many pounds is a duck?
3.5. Elephant.
3.5.
That's the high range. The low range is 1.6.
Okay, Michael, what would you say the volume is if you took a duck? Like, what's the volume ratio, duck to elephant?
I don't know. I'd have to Google it.
I mean, you could just give me a guess. Like, how many
you're an
ducks would
engineer.
fit in an elephant?
This is my favorite math class.
I don't know. Call a duck. What? Maybe call it, just simplify, like half a cubic meter. And what units are you working in, Barry? Are you working in imperial? Or are you working in metric?
I'm going ounce. I'm going ounces
Okay.
here to pound because the average duck breast weighs about call it 0.8 pounds.
Yeah. Call it a cubic foot for a duck.
Cubic foot for a duck.
A cubic
Is there
foot.
a reason you're going with duck breast?
Maybe
Are you trying to eat these elephants?
No, because duck breast is muscle, so that's going to weigh the most per volume. So I'm going off of 2 duck breasts. So if there are 2 duck breasts, that's 1.6 pounds of muscle that I know of in a duck. So if I multiply 1.6 pounds by whatever the volume ratio is for how many ducks fit into an elephant, that's the weight that's going to step on you, and that's probably going to fucking kill you. Just saying.
I would agree with that. That's a good point.
Barry, I heard there was give though.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It's about Barry. It's not about weight. It's about pressure. Pressure is forced over area.
But what if you get hit by the heel? You know what I mean? Like where all
that's
the
what my brain went to getting hit by the heel.
Because eventually the pressure has to be it is spread out. You're right, but at some point there is more pressure than other spots, right?
Well, I guess that varies it a lot then. I mean, I find it to be very unlikely, frankly, given the size of the foot versus the size of where
it takes 5 pounds of pressure to break your clavicle.
I think we're focused on the wrong part of the duck, though. Has anyone seen a duck eat bread out of water? They have a very aggressive pecking motion, and I'm a little scared of that beast. It looks silly and round in Looney Tunes, but I don't know, man.
This is a trampling thing, though.
And a spiral penis. Yeah, weird penis.
This is Stampedes.
They do have a spiral penis.
It's now going to be 7 feet long.
The spiral penis.
A weird 7-foot penis coming at you.
I think 7
Holy
foot
shit.
is generous in terms of on the smaller side of things. If it was elephant sized, I think an average sized duck spiral penis is longer than its body.
It's long.
is.
Yeah, it's really long.
Oh, well, that's
No,
what
this
we're
is
You're probably
bigger
looking
than
at
an
like a-
elephant now. If we're
You're
talking
looking
about
at
scale.
Ducks everywhere are going to hear this and feel great about themselves.
I'm so terrified to put this in my Google search history.
Jim, remind me later to put a poll out on Instagram just so we can settle this and make sure we get the perfect answer.
I need to know.
Barry, according to Google, a duck has a volume of 0.1 meters cubed,
Okay.
and an elephant has a volume of 5 meters cubed.
Oh. So what's that ratio? Because I can't do math like that in my head.
That's pretty huge. 50.
50?
So if you multiply that weight.
Yeah, so in the middle is 2 pounds, right? So between you said like 1 point something and 3 point something. So
Yeah,
call
you'd
it
call
two.
it 3. You'd call it 2.
Yeah,
So
you
like
can call it 2.
yeah, 100 pounds.
Yeah, that's
That's not bad.
That's
not
not
100
bad,
pounds.
actually.
That's
not
just for the
significant.
breasts.
You
That's
know,
just for the
call it-
breasts. We're not talking bones or anything else. I know it's under their light, but
Barry's a little fixated on the breasts.
you have to be.
clip it.
That's the meat.
Call it 120 pounds, maybe 100 and maybe 150.
Barry, you could bench press this
that's
elephant
pretty high.
duck.
If they
Yeah.
were, if they
Yeah,
were
right?
if they were that light, Mike, I agree, because that's like a large dog trampling on you.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 of them. Like, yeah, get at me.
3? I thought it was 2.
Okay.
Only 2? Even better, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jim, isn't it only 2?
Now, it is only 2, but here's my argument.
I can't
is
believe I
that
switched.
while there's only 2, which kind of does make this an even trade-off, I wouldn't call 2 things walking over you a stampede.
Well, that's what they call
Agreed.
it in the prompt.
No, I agree with you. No, I'm
can't
on
say the
your team
prompt is
there.
bad.
It's
can
2
say that.
elephant-sized dogs.
I think I don't know, but like, yeah, if elephants even like still weigh a lot, they're as small as a duck. Like that's still not a lot of weight going on. I'd just like lay down and get a back massage. That's all it is.
Sounds
Yeah.
uncomfortable and like it would last longer.
If you
Because there's
said
20 of them versus 2.
Do they wait? This is a
Once
really
again,
important
I'm
question.
dead in either scenario.
How are these elephants
Adam,
going
you are
at a duck
surviving.
speed, or are these or are the
that's
ducks?
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like how
Christian,
fast are the
I'm
elephants going
thinking.
versus?
Elephants are slow because of their like huge size and weight. Like if
Yeah,
they
just
were
run
duck
away.
size, are they going to be like just
Dog, elephants are
around.
fast.
Yeah,
They
wait,
can
elephants are
way
really
outrun
fast.
you.
really fast?
Yeah.
I don't
Not
think
when,
an elephant-
but if you scale down the size, are they actually fast, or are they fast because they're ginormous?
Holy shit!
They're
Elephants
fast
can
because they're
run.
big, but they can still sprint.
They can
like-
get up to 25 miles per hour.
I just looked
they're
that up.
freaking
African
huge.
bush elephant, 25 miles an hour.
But if you scale that down, are they actually going faster than like 5 miles an hour?
Holy crap!
I'm glad we're all googling elephant speed.
Elephant speed.
I don't know.
Because I think you could outrun it if it's a duck size and it's going at an elephant's pace.
In the prompt, it says you get trampled, so you're probably like
you don't
tied
have a
down or
choice.
something.
Oh,
You're
that's
tied
true.
down.
You're getting
Yeah.
trampled either way.
So,
Oh,
so
you
I
tied
can't
down.
have a push
Okay.
broom is what you're saying.
It's somebody's.
I'm trying to think of the physical property here. Y'all might be able to help me out on this. You know the thought experiment that states that if you were, shrunk down to like the size of a quarter, you'd be able to like jump the vertical length of like a room. Like you'd be able to jump feet into the air.
What?
Yes.
Yes, that is true. If you were shrunk down very, very small, the ratio there of how much force your muscle would still have compared to what it had to lift at that point, something that small with the muscular makeup of a human could then jump vertical feet into the air.
Damn. I need to rewatch
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, and yet Adam can't give me a piggyback ride. Come on.
This is just Ant-Man. It's
So-
exactly
Sounds
that.
sick. I'm in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's an
Yeah,
Ant-Man situation. So how much force would a then duck-sized elephant have?
Well, here's the kicker. So an African bush elephant weighs 13,000 pounds,
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
full size. So if you scale it down by a factor of 50, each one is 260 pounds
That's pretty big.
at duck size.
Yeah, that's heavy.
260 pounds. There's 20 of them.
But the muscles are
Oh
smaller.
my god.
Bro, you are wrong about this, and you don't want to admit it.
I will not. I will not admit
You
it.
are dying on this hill.
This is the hill he's chosen.
Because it doesn't scale like that.
Bro,
it doesn't scale
100 pounds for
volume-wise.
260 pounds multiplied by 20. That's like what? Call it.
Can you
multiply?
wait a second? Can you imagine a duck that weighs twice what you do?
Exactly. The density, dude. It's because elephants are dense
It's like a
creatures.
bowling ball.
I might need like
They're
2
the
push brooms.
reverse of ducks. Ducks are not dense. They fly.
They float.
They float,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like even other mammals that size of a duck, like in like the general like area of that, like it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that.
Do we also take into account
cannot
That's,
scale
tusks?
it.
that's a
Like
collective 5,000 pounds that are going to be trampling over you versus a
You
collective
simply
No,
cannot.
200,
Nope.
maybe 300.
20
There
ducks
you are.
cannot
You are
film me.
incorrect about this.
It just does not scale the same. I will die on that hill.
Matt's little sigh just then that killed me. Holy shit.
Barry, this is where we part ways.
I just realized
This is how the
wow.
band falls apart.
Yep, we're breaking it up. We're breaking a band up. Whoops.
We're at the brink of our idyllic limits here, Barry.
It's just you keep taking
Do we
the
have
rats
to,
and I take
do we have
the
to get
eagles.
separate
and that's
vans
that.
for you guys now?
Band.
Yeah, but mine's gonna be duck shaped and his is gonna be.
Holy shit.
Incredible.
By vans, I meant the shoes. We can't fucking afford another van, guys. Come on.
Exactly. I'm gonna get duck shoes. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll get elephant shoes.
I'll get elephant
Elephant
shoes.
shoes would be so much cooler though, man.
That's
Thank
true.
you.
The ears.
Barry does win in that regard.
I'll take it. I'll take
So-
small victories.
So I feel like it's a good close to this excellent debate. I do have
I
one
agree.
last thing I want to touch on before we go, because I did get on I think it's Songkick or Bandkick. What's it called? That app that tells you where people are playing?
Bands in town or Songkick is probably what it was.
Songkick, yeah. So I did see that you guys have something up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a real life show.
Tell us about that, because that's new.
Yeah, so we're playing at a local venue. So actually, the place we played our very first ever show way back in the day when we were
Wow.
a band. It's a place called Jam and Java. It's very, very near and dear to our heart. They have been doing these outdoor distance shows. They were doing them last year when the pandemic started, and they're doing them again this upcoming season.
Nice.
So we have one booked for May 22nd. It's free, so just if you're around the Northern Virginia, Maryland, DC area, come and hang out. It's in Vienna, Virginia. They're going to have a special drink on the menu. It's probably going to be called the SubRadio Seltzer once again,
Nice.
which is hilarious and great. And it's a good time. I love the last one. We did one last year and it was awesome. It's really cool. You just kind of chill out there in your car and enjoy a drink, and we play you some music, and then maybe you buy something from us, and then you go home.
Sick.
They have
Jim,
good
sounds
pizza.
like a road trip.
I can't speak to their sandwiches, but
I can't either, actually, now that I think about it. But
Well,
There's
cool.
a Chipotle next door.
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be super cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me see here with that. I mean, I'll go ahead and proudly say, definitely, everyone listening, go stream what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you want to ingest that, go ahead and find it and listen to it. It's an amazing song. And just in closing, anything else you wanted to plug?
So all of our socials are at SubRadio Band.
Yes.
And we have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/subradio, and it rocks. We have our own podcast. And we have new music coming out soon, as Matt mentioned earlier.
Nice.
I am editing the music video for that tonight, so let's go. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we're doing. Yeah, Patreon, socials. We'll go live on Reddit every week. What am I missing, guys? Follow us on Spotify. please.
I think you pretty much got everything, but there's one thing that we, I guess, have not really told anyone, but we have a music video coming out for What You Want to Hear.
Ooh.
And I think it'll be out, if this comes out on the 10th, I think it will be out today.
Wow, look at that.
So go watch it.
Yes.
Nice.
Definitely
Yeah,
go
for
watch
sure.
that. And of course, it goes without saying that the YouTube channel is SubRadio.
SubRadio. Yep.
Yes. Just
Gorgeous.
like everything else. Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and definitely, I mean, like, just for sake of ease, all of these links will be in the description for the YouTube video and the podcast separately. All the links will be there just to get you there and get you listening and watching as fast as you can. That's cool that this episode and that music video should be dropping on the same day. I think the times should sync up as well. I think by the time people get to this portion of the podcast, that should be live.
Nice,
Yeah,
perfect.
Awesome.
Look at
Let's
that.
go.
Sweet.
So with that, I want to thank you guys so much. This has been stellar.
Yeah, I've had a blast. This has been great.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having us. This is really fun and definitely indifferent from most of the interview. I mean, a lot of times we get the same topics over and over, so it's nice to have fun. Just like
I'm sure
hang
you
out
haven't
and
been
talk.
asked. I'm sure you haven't been asked about ducks and elephants yet on any of your interviews. I assume. Could be wrong.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah, dude. Barry, we're gonna get into this later.
No.
We're not done.
No.
Christian and I and the listeners of this podcast will see the discourse continue on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, right.
And know that this is what we've caused, is the downfall of a very great thing.
Oh my god.
I did remember one other thing that we kind of forgot to, I guess, plug is
please.
we stream Among Us on Thursdays. Maybe other games too, but for right now we've been doing Among Us. So you can come and play with us and make fun of us and kill us.
Did you plug your Discord?
I don't think we did plug our Discord.
yeah.
We also have a
Please do.
Discord. So
Again, link in the
yeah.
link in the description for that.
So yeah, come hang out, come talk with us,
Yeah.
mess with us, make fun of us. We make fun of ourselves, so you should too. And,
join
I
us.
think that's pretty much it.
Sweet.
Nice.
Thank you guys so much for being here. It really has been a blast. We appreciate you coming on.
It's
Of
been
course.
a blast. You all are always welcome back. It was a great thing, a pleasure to speak, and have an excellent rest of your day, rest of your week, and we hope you all like the episode when it comes out.
Yeah, this is really fun. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us,
Absolutely.
guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
great job.
Anytime. Thank you.
Great job, everybody. This was great.
Yeah.
Yay.
Woo.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a great night.
Yeah.
Peace.
Good night, guys.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Later.
See you.
Oh shit, dude, that was so much
Wow.
fun.
Oh my gosh, these guys, these
They're
boys.
they're so funny. Holy shit.
Holy shit, that was fantastic.
That was great. I loved that.
Oh my gosh, they dropped that in the oh dear god. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in the Gen chat just so that
Nice.
all of our Discord people can
Yeah.
go ahead and have that link to the server. But oh my gosh, that was stellar. that was stellar.
That was fantastic. Holy shit.
That was so good.
Yeah, I really liked that.
Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for listening to that. God, I cannot describe how great of a conversation that was.
That was wonderful.
10 out of What?
I'm sorry, I've lost my mind. I'm sorry.
What?
Literally, absolutely nothing. That was a great conversation. What were you saying?
It was a great conversation, and for that, I definitely hope that you all go check them out if you haven't already listened. I do want to say, as always, thank you so much to our sponsors for sponsoring this podcast, as well as our friend Miller, who has went ahead and signed up for monthly donations, a subscription of sorts to the podcast over at anchor.fm/anythingbut. That is ANCHOR.FM /anythingbut. Did I say dash FM?
I think you did say
Dot it?
dash.
anchor.fm/anythingbut, and that'll bring you to our homepage where you can sign up for monthly donations of 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99. And what that does is make sure that we're getting the money needed to put back into the podcast and give you the best watching and listening experience that we can produce.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Is there anything you want to hit before saying goodbye?
You know what? I don't want to say goodbye. This has been such a fun episode, but
It really has. I think this will go down as one of the greats.
Oh, absolutely. And
if not the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, like, probably for a long time, this will be the greatest. I can't believe we booked them. Can we just talk about how incredible it is that we were able to get them on the show? And how fucking cool they are that they're like, yeah, sure.
They were so easy to work with. It was
Super.
Matt, the one that I was messaging the whole time. I messaged on Instagram first, asked if they were interested. They immediately hit me back with a yes. And I started emailing Matt, and we just went back and forth. And, gosh, it was... We
Easy
had
peasy.
not been corresponding, but for a short number of days. This conversation started... Oh, well, I say short number of days. It was February 11th when I first...
Whoa!
What?
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, February 11th is when I first hit him up with an email. And then from there, it was quick work.
Yeah, they were super chill about it. And like to get all of them in, that was just so cool. Like I honestly, there was a moment where I was like, what if, and this wouldn't be bad, but what if it were only like 2 of them that like were available? But no, all 6 of them were available, and all 6 of them were there the entire time. And all 6
of them were fucking hilarious.
They were so funny. They were really funny. I loved it. I really loved it. And thank you, Jim, for the semi-surprise. It was truly magical and big dream.
I will have to top myself at some point. Like we will have to have another guest who isn't like our wives. Like we will just have to have like another guest.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like when we have like someone like Joey on, or if we have Seth or Logan or someone else on,
sure,
that's not like a genuine like good guest to have, like an interesting person.
Yeah, always.
But there will come a day when like it's gonna be another person of merit that's just gonna be like, oh shit, we got in contact with them, and this is gonna be a thing that happens. And I'm excited for that as well. But for fans of SubRadio who have made it here, and for SubRadio, if you chose to listen to this one, because you know what, you're in it. I want to thank you guys so much. Y'all were excellent, and
you really were.
Great memories, and we hope to have you back on.
Yeah, why not? You know, if you ever want to slap yourselves into another episode, just hit us up, and we will be very happy to do so, because the conversation.
I promise we're not booked.
Yeah, no, you can trust
we're free.
that. You can be like, hey, are you guys free for the next episode? And we'll be like, yup, yes we are.
Yeah.
Come on.
We didn't even know what we were going to talk about.
Yeah, nope, because we figured it out 5 minutes before the episode. Yeah, so literally anytime, guys. You guys were awesome. If you are indeed watching this, you guys were fantastic. Love you guys. Thank you so much for helping be a part of my dream.
And as for everyone else listening to the podcast, just everyone whose eardrums, which my vocals fall upon, love you guys too. Each and every one of you. Thank you for making this thing what it is, and thank you for stopping by every week and giving us some love. You all have an excellent rest of your week, and
hell yeah,
we'll see you next time.
We will see you next time, guys. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Fuck yeah.
We didn't dance at the beginning.
I did, bitch.
Oh shit.